All right, welcome back to day 4. Obviously, things did not go well last stream with Neobrand over here. So hopefully things go better today. I did go through and take a look at all the remaining decks, and I believe all the lists are correct, so we shouldn't have that happen again. All right, so without further ado, let's spin the wheel and see what we are playing today. All right, Jund Saga. All right, so Jund Saga. It's kind of similar to Jund. It's got the same basic setup. Jund colors, Thoughtseize, Bolt Ragavan, Renin 6 Tarmogoyf, but with the ability of Renin 6 to recur Urza Saga over and over for long-term value. Of course, random 1-mana artifacts to get off of Urza's Saga. And then the sideboard, typical Jund things. Beseiju, Alpine Moon, Haywire, Nile Spellbomb, EE, whatever you need for any individual matchup. And because the deck is built like this, we're able to play Giganta as a companion. So, let's jump into a league. As a reminder, these streams are being sponsored by Collector Legion. You can get all of your Magic singles, accessories, sealed product, and even other card games like Pokemon and Yu-Gi-Oh! At CollectorLegion.com. Alright, we're on the play. I would like to play first. Reveal Giganta. Opening hand looks solid. We will keep. Alright, let's play Stomping Ground, pay the 2, cast Ragavan, and pass the turn. Opponent plays Cavern of Souls, naming humans. Alright. And they cast Esper Sentinel. Alright, probably best to just bolt this out of the... Oh, Renin 6. Alright, well, that change of plans. So pay the life here on Bloodstained Mire. We'll go get Blood Crypt, probably. Yeah. Blood Crypt, pay the 2, cast Renin 6, and then it'll trigger Esper Sentinel, but that's fine. Then we'll ping down the Sentinel and attack with Ragavan. And then I am probably going to spend the treasure to cast Inquisition if I don't hit anything. Oh, I exiled Esper Sentinel? Alright, I'll just cast that then. Casting Esper Sentinel. Alright. Pass turn to the opponent. And we're in a pretty good position. Another Cavern of Souls. Opponent casts Champion of the Parish. And nothing else, it seems. Alright. Champion of the Parish with nothing else. So we can just ping this down to Renin 6 again. Let's just do that. And then let's, I guess, attack with both of these. Hit our opponent, Ragavan trigger. What do we get? Sanctum Prelate. Well, we're not going to cast that. So we can use Urza Saga, Tarmogoyf, and Inquisition. So yeah, let's do that. So let's Inquisition them, see what they've got. 2 Imperial Recruiters, Meddling Mage, and Reflector Mage. And they're going to be able to cast any one of these. I guess I just want them to not have Reflector Mage. I can hit anything else. Yeah, so let's take Reflector Mage, play Urza Saga. Then we can cast Tarmogoyf. And then there's no reason to play that. And we just hold Bolt up, pass the turn. So our opponent probably just plays Imperial Recruiter here to go find something. Imperial Recruiter. What do they find? Sanctifier Onvek. Makes sense. Our Goyf is a 4/5. Alright, I think we just Renin 6 minus here, and then we can play another Renin 6. Attack with everything. It grows Goyf as well because it puts a Planeswalker into the graveyard. Deal damage with Ragavan, and reveal Aether Vial. Okay. Well, I want to be able to play Renin 6 and hold up Urza Saga mana and Bolt, so I'm not going to play that. So let's go Renin 6, and then let's pick up Bloodstained Mire out of the graveyard, and then let's play Bloodstained Mire and pass the turn. Alright, opponent has seen enough. Begin sideboarding. So, playing against humans, what is good? EE, and then maybe Collective Brutality, but probably not. What do we not want in the deck? Let's see. We don't need Soul Guide Lantern because they're not using graveyards. But I think that's it, pretty much. Everything else is keepable. So is EE better than any of the cards here? Probably Fable the Mirror Breaker can go. Like, one of them can go. They're human, so they're in all likelihood playing Thalia. They're also basically an aggro deck, so Fable's not that great. So I think that is fine. Do I want these Collective Brutalities over the Fables that are in here? I think probably not. I'll submit this. Alright, reveal Giganta. We have only Urza Saga Enhanced. We have to mold this. Alright, land Urza Saga, Spear Tarmogoyf. It's a bit awkward because we don't have the second colored mana for Terminate, but we will keep this hand. Bottoming. They're human. I want to keep all of my removal. If I bench Shadow Spear, that means I don't have a turn 1 play, but I think that's probably fine. Yeah, let's bend that. Opponent plays Secluded Courtyard and has no turn 1 play. Alright. Okay, we drew our second land. Or our third land, rather. Our second colored source. So let's just play this, pass the turn, and then we'll fetch for one of the 2 lands we need and then fetch for the other one. It is also possible that they're playing Magus of the Moon So I do need to potentially play around that. All right, opponent casting Sanctifier on Vec. That's fine. Just fetch now. And grabbing, let's see. I can grab Stomping Ground and then Basic Swamp on the next one. Alternatively, I can grab Blood Crypt and then for it. Now let's just grab Stomping Ground and then Swamp. All right, so we can't remove this with any of our removal, but Tarmogoyf's going to do a pretty good job of getting rid of that. At this point, I'm probably going to be forced into playing more removal or creatures next turn, so I don't want to run Saga out and then not be able to activate it. So let's just play this. And then do I want to play Tarmogoyf or do I want to hold up Terminate and Bowmasters? I think I just want to hold up the spells. Tarmogoyf's only a 1/2 right now, so let's just pass the turn. Third land for our opponent. And opponent casting Coppercoat Vanguard. That's fine. All right, let's just terminate this so that we can take less damage. Swamp. And then terminate the Coppercoat. We take 2. All right, play Urza's Saga. And now what? I can Thoughtseize, and if I do that, I can't hold up Bowmasters, but I can play Goyf. That seems fine. Let's just Thoughtseize our opponent. They do have Magus of the Moon. We probably just have to take that. It's unfortunate. So, okay. If we play Goyf, they Reflector Mage it back to our hand. But we just are going to lose to this Magus of the Moon if they resolve it. So we probably just have to take that more than anything else. All right, so let's just take Magus. And we don't have a play besides just playing Tarmogoyf, so let's do that. This at least means they don't have the option of playing something else besides Reflector Mage. All right, 4th land. So they drew Cavern for turn. And now they're probably playing just Reflector Mage. Yeah, all right. So Goyf back to our hand. Taking another 2 from Sanctifier down to 12. Saga goes up. We kind of needed that to be untapped, but okay. So we cannot play Goyf because of Reflector Mage. So let's just play this tapped, pass the turn. Everything else we have is at instant speed anyway. It really depends on what they do. I guess Maelstrom Pulse isn't an instant speed, but I'd rather hold up both of these. So I would assume they're going to play Lieutenant now. Yeah, they're playing Lieutenant. And I have no real response to that, so that's fine. So I think the move is flash in Bowmasters, kill Lieutenant, and chump block one of these creatures. Alternatively, it's cast Culligan's Command, kill this, make them discard. That might be better, actually. I take 6 and I go to 6. Yeah, that's probably better, because Tarmogoyf's going to brick wall them next turn anyway. All right, they're not doing anything else, so let's Culligan's Command, and yeah, target player discards deal 2, cast this. Choose target player to discard, choose creature to die. All right, and are they discarding Recruiter or something else? Whatever else they have, they didn't cast it. So it's not a land. Oh, so okay, they're discarding Recruiter. All right, we can't afford to make a thing, so let's tap this for mana. Resolve the ability, and then we probably need to go grab Shadow Spear to get out of the situation. Yeah, let's grab Shadow Spear. Let's play a new Saga, and then let's play Goyf. And then I'm not going to equip the Shadow Spear because if they drew another Reflector Mage or some other form of removal, then I'm just dead. Whereas if I hold Bowmasters up, I can at least block stuff. All right, so let's pass. I guess I can also just pulse the Reflector Mage. That's more mana efficient. Oh, wait, no, I don't have green mana. Okay, yeah, so pass the turn with Bowmasters up. They drew a Plains for the turn and are casting what? Yeah, another Reflector Mage. That's really unfortunate. All right, flash in Bowmasters. I guess I'm just targeting them because I'm not going to be able to kill anything else. Block here. And then the problem is Goyf's in my hand and I can't block this either. I guess I can pulse both the Reflector Mages out of the way. But I need another mana to equip Shadow Spear to not die, if that's the case. Ugh, that's rough. So I cannot cast Goyf. I can't kill the Sanctifier because it's pro-black, which means I need to gain, and I can't block it, which means I need to gain life and kill both of these. How am I doing that? Fatal Push can't go off. So it's like equip Shadow Spear here. I guess I have to, like, okay, so if I equip Shadow Spear here and attack them, they have no reason to block me. Then I go to 5 and then they just attack back with everything. Yeah, I really needed to draw 5th land so I could equip plus cast Pulse. Well, I'm pretty sure we're just dead then. So I guess let's do this. And then we can't block anyway. So then they just attack us and we lose. They cracked Horizon Canopy and triggered our Bowmasters. All right. The token is unfortunately also black and cannot block either. Yeah, all right. Unfortunate. I don't know how we could have wiggled our way out of that. It feels like I probably made a wrong turn at some point. I think this is still all correct. So let's just run it back. All right, I'd like to be on the play. Reveal Giganta. We have 2 lands. We can't cast Goyf, but we can cast everything else. This is probably good. We have multiple pieces of removal, Bowmasters. This is fine. All right, just play Blackcleave Cliffs and then pass. They play Unclaimed Territory. Aether Vial. Yeah, unfortunate. We can't answer that. Although in these types of matchups, Aether Vial isn't as good as it normally would be since you get to, since that means that's one less actual card in their hand. All right, I think we just run Goyf out now, even though it's a 0/1. Or do we just pass the turn and then hold up multiple removals? But well, they're only going to play one creature per turn because of Vial. Just playing Tarmogoyf doesn't seem very good. Yeah, let's just play Bloodstained Mire and then pass the turn holding up Bowmasters plus removal spells. All right, Horizon Canopy. Playing Champion of the Parish, okay. In response to that Vial, I guess this trigger goes on the stack, so let's just wait and see what they put out. So they're vialing an Esper Sentinel, so now we will fetch in response. All right, we need to get Stomping Ground, and then let's flash Bowmasters in, kill the Champion, and now Esper Sentinel's in play. That's a little annoying, but still fine. I can deny them, So if I play Kolaghan's Command right now, I can kill this and shatter their Vial. It lets them draw a card, but that's probably fine. Let's attack first and see if they block. I doubt they will. All right, they will block. All right, now I get to shatter Vial and make them discard. That seems pretty good. Destroy artifact, target player discards. Kolaghan's Command, Vial, you. I technically could have kept the Bowmasters around to shoot the thing, but actually, is this mandatory? Oh, it is mandatory. All right. Recruiter. Let's see what they grab. Sanctifier Onvec. Yeah, makes sense. All right, let's play Fable so we can get both the Goyfs out next turn. So first, let's attack with the Orc token and play Fable. And then next turn, we can attack with the token. They will be able to block it for free, though. All right, so now they're just going to play Sanctifier. Sanctifier, So what's in the graveyard right now? Land, creature, artifact. So Goyf's a 3/4. All right, what do I want to discard here? I think it's actually my removal spells. They're empty-handed, and they only have Recruiter that I can kill. So Heat's not even turned on, so I definitely want to discard Heat. And then it's like if they draw another thing, but they also have lots of 3-drops. Yeah, let's discard Push as well. All right, Ragavan's not helpful. So that being the case, I do not need to attack with the Shaman token now. So let's just run both of the Goyfs out. Basic Forest, and then Goyf and another Goyf, and then pass the turn. And now they're going to draw a card off Horizon Canopy and then have a second card with 3 lands, and we'll see what happens. Yep, crack Canopy. All right, what are they doing? And they've conceded. All right, then. First match down, on to round 2. So you may have seen the banner at the beginning, but I did the math, and currently we're using the All Access token to play all these decks. That token expires on July 24th at 10 a.m., basically meaning that we have to be done with our last league at the end of the night on July 23rd, which means we have 14 days to play 81 remaining decks, which means if I'm going to do that, I need to play an average of 5.7 decks per day, or basically 6 decks per day. So these leagues are going to get a lot longer, or rather the stream time is going to get longer. I should remember that the Bowmasters has really good implications with a lot of X1 creatures, so it was a mistake in that last game to have just chucked it into the Sentinel, when I could have just killed the Sentinel basically for free and then still had Bowmaster pings around to hit other X1s later. But that's how new cards go. It takes a bit to get used to them and recognize all the play patterns. All right, round 2, and we're on the draw. Reveal Giganta. Double Saga. Yeah, it's not going to cut it. We'll have to mull that. 5 lands, Ragavan, Bowmasters is also not very good, but going down to 5 seems poor, so I suppose I'll keep it. What am I putting back? One of the lands, obviously. Let's put back Bloodstained Mire. Opponent Blood Crypt shocks, and we're getting Thoughtseize Diragged. Griefed. Turn 1 Grief, they're going to take both the cards out of our hand. All right. Undying Malice, yep. There goes Bowmasters. And now we just have 4 lands. All right, drew Goyf. So let's just play, I guess, Overgrown Tomb tapped past the turn. Opponent plays a Mountain. We're getting attacked by Grief. Down to 16. All right, they had no follow-up, but they may have Terminate, but that's fine. Maybe that's not fine. Maybe I should Inquisition this turn. The Goyf is a 2/3, plus Inquisition puts a sorcery in the graveyard, so it becomes a 3. It can't block the Grief anyway. I'm not racing them anyway. It's probably better that I Inquisition them and take, like, Pyromancer or the removal spell. Yeah, let's do that. Inquisition. What do you have? They have another Malice, and they have Pyromancer. So let's take Pyromancer, and then let's just play Blood Crypt tapped and pass the turn. So this leaves them with effectively no actual action in their hand, and then if we can draw... Okay, so they drew Marsh Flats. So now, if we draw any removal for this Grief, they just... Well, they have the Undying Malice, so we can't exactly remove it. All right, well, I'm not going to play Wrenn and 6 just to have it get killed, so let's run out Tarmogoyf and then play a fetch land and pass the turn. And unfortunately, we still cannot block Grief, but what are you going to do? Crack Marsh Flats for a swamp. All right, they play Takanuma. Dothy Voidwalker. Oh, I should have fetched in response to that. Oh, I can't block that. I don't know why it's giving me the option to. All right, well, draw for turn. So now we need to draw a bunch of removal. Yikes. We take 7 next turn, so we can't even fetch now because otherwise we're just going to die. We can't block any of their creatures either, so we may as well just attack them, I suppose. I guess I'm just going to play Wrenn and 6 and then just ping them. Ping them with Wrenn and 6 and then pass the turn. And then we can get put to 1. I don't know that there's a way out of this because we have to draw triple removal or double removal rather, which is not happening. I guess Bowmasters could maybe get us out of it. Well, there's another Grief. All right. And we've drawn Inquisition. All right. On to game 2. Well, that was unfortunate. We mulled into a hand that only had 2 spells and got double griefed. Let's see. EE doesn't seem very good. Nile Spellbomb seems quite good, as does Stone of Eric, to stop all their scam shenanigans. Veil's good. What's not good? These are kind of slow. Let me think about this. So in these kind of slug matches, you want to take out all of your hand disruption because it's just, when you get into top deck wars, you want to draw actual answers and threats instead of this kind of stuff. So that leaves us with one more card to board in, which could be, let's see, Brutality seems all right. It kills a fair number of their creatures, and they have also a fair number of spells to take with it. Alternatively, it's cut what? No, I think that's fine. Let's put that in. We don't need Moon, Beseiju, Might, or EE, really. So let's submit that. On the play, reveal Gigantha. All right, they do play Blood Moon, but I mean, our whole deck is based on playing Urza's Saga anyway, so it's fine. Let's keep this. So let's go Verdant. And then am I getting a basic forest here? Probably. Basic forest, cast Drum, go. I suppose I could have also just held up a fetch land in case they try to turn 1 Grief again. But actually that doesn't even work because they can just Malice their guy in response to my pushing it the first time. And if I don't push it, then they can just take push as their first card. All right, they're playing Nile Spellbomb as well, presumably to harm Goyf and Wrenn and 6. All right, well, we can force them to use it now. That seems fine. So Verdant, we have to go get Blood Crypt and then cast Wrenn and 6. And then if they want to deny us the land, they have to use their Spellbomb without getting a card off of it, which it looks like they're going to do. All right, pass it back. Basic Swamp into Unlicensed Hearse. Interesting. So they can completely deny Goyf's ability to be big, and they can deny Wrenn and 6's ability to get lands back, which is awkward. Or we can just Culligan's Command, shatter this, make them discard. That seems good. Yeah, let's do that. So let's play Urza's Saga, and then... Oh wait, I can't cast Culligan's Command because I don't have another red source, or another red/black source. All right, well, in that case, let's just run Tarmogoyf out, plus Wrenn and 6 on nothing, and then just hold up Fatal Push. And then I assume they're going to eat the 2 cards out of their own graveyard right now. I don't see why they wouldn't. Is this Boomer Jund? It is not. It is Jund Saga. So the decks are similar, but they are not the same. Our opponent still doesn't have action, or they're just holding up removal. That seems more likely. All right, I guess now we're just on the Construct plan. So I would like to be able to keep fetching that back with Wrenn and 6, but we can't as long as Hearse is in play. Alternatively, it's Shatter the Hearse, but we do need more mana. So I think I'm just going to play this. I don't really care that they just have a Hearse. I guess it's also incorrect to attack with Goyf because I would rather just hold it to have Drum. Or I guess the Saga token can activate on the Drum anyway. All right, let's just attack them. All right, taking 1 from Goyf. And let's play this normally. Plus Wrenn and 6 on nothing. And then just pass with the Saga token and then being able to push something. Orcish Bowmasters. All right, shooting Goyf for 1. That's fine. Activate on the land. Oh, right. It takes a card out of the graveyard. So in response to that, I should have pushed this. Is your opponent playing Scam? Yes. Yeah, so I needed to, in response to their Hearse activation, push this Bowmasters. All right, well, let's make a Construct to block them. And let's see what happens. Do they allow me to block? Sure, block this. I'm not going to push this 1/1. Feign Death. All right, well, I don't want them getting another trigger, so let's just kill that. They have another Feign Death. All right. And that's going to let them put 1 damage on the Construct or Wrenn and 6, whichever one they want. Oh, they're putting it on the Construct. Okay. So before damage, the token got pumped, which puts Wrenn and 6 to 4. They have another land. All right, well, we're not doing too bad here. Ooh, we drew Stone of Eric. That's good. Let's just make a construct before this sacks. So tap this, tap the forest, tap this. Put another construct out, search. What am I getting? In these kind of matchups, they still have 2 cards in their hand. I think it's unlikely that... We're not really in like a race right now. So I think I can just grab Research Desk. Yeah, let's grab Research Desk. I suppose I could have also Colligan's commanded the Hearse away before I had to tick Ren and 6 up so I could get Saga back. So we have 2 mana. Let us definitely... I think, yeah, let's attack. Or no, let's play Stone of Eric first. Okay. Stone of Eric, so we can pump the constructs up to 5/5s. This also shuts off any potential future scam shenanigans. And then we can attack, put them to 10. Fetching, all right. But they fetch tapped, which I assume just means they don't have anything. All right, force you to use your Hearse. All right. And then we just hold up Fatal Push past the turn. This is sack, exile the top 2, choose 1 until the end of your next turn. You may play that. I would rather have more mana up when I do that. Exile target player's graveyard, draw a card for 2. All right. Season Pyro, sure. They discarded Black Cleaves. So we have 2 5/5s. We have a Ren and 6 in play at 5 counters. Let's see what they do. Fatal Push the token. Well, we got a float mana in response to that. Token is pushed, and then we'll Fatal Push the Bowmasters, I guess. So we have to do it now before this mana empties, so kill this. And unfortunately, lets them crew their Hearse. Yeah, so Ren and 6 is going to get killed now by the Hearse, presumably. All right, but I think they have nothing else at the very least. Ooh, Shadow Spear. We have exactly enough mana to play and equip this. That seems like the best course of action. If I crack this, I'm only cracking it to get a land, which actually might be useful, but if I don't hit a land in the top 2, then it's a problem. So yeah, let's just go Shadow Spear, equip, and then we have 6/6 lifelink. Do they actually have Fatal Push as their last card, or are they just fetching so they can have 6 through the turn? Okay. So they go to 2, we go to 22, and then it's their turn. They have a fairly decent amount of power on the board, but they still have to find an answer to the construct. Bowmasters, sure. So the Orc token is now larger, and what's their last card? Pyromancer. So they have a total of 3, 5, 6, 8 toughness, or they can crew the Hearse, so we cannot attack into them anymore. I guess what we can do... Oh, no, we can just cake on their face, right? Yeah. Oh, I was way overthinking this. These 2. Target an artifact. Deal 2 damage here. Run. All right. Success. And we're sideboarding again, so I think we just stick with... Is EE worth considering? They have a fairly decent amount of 2-drops, right? They have Hearse Bowmasters, Dothy Voidwalker, potentially Torok. They also have their own Nile spell bombs and such. It's probably worth playing EE. I think I would rather have EE than Brutality. And what else? We're also on the draw, so Ragavan's not as good. All right, submit. Reveal Gigantha. Our hand has only an Urza Saga as the land, so we have to pitch it, despite the many colorless 1-drops, but that's not going to get us anywhere. All right, this hand is also very, very awkward. Basic Swamp, 2 Urza Sagas, 2 Ren and 6s that we can't cast. This hand is also very susceptible to Blood Moon, but I don't want to go to 5, so I guess we'll keep it and put one of the Ren and 6s back. And then it's just like land, play one of these, play Soul Guide, I guess. And we're getting turn 1 double griefed. I don't even know what they take here. Probably just the 2 artifacts. That's also one of the problems with mulling to 5 against Scam, which is that because they can Thoughtseize you so much, you just don't want a mulligan. More so than normal. All right, well, we drew another colorless 1-drop. So I guess we're playing Shadow Spear and passing the turn. And then our plan is just Sagas. Yeah, all right. Urza Saga, go. And we go down to 12 on this next attack. Opponent dashes Ragavan. So we're going to 10. Ragavan exile triggers. They exiled Blood Crypt. We can play EE, but that doesn't matter because it's not dealing with grief. So play another Saga. Actually, you know what? I'm going to put EE on 0 so that the construct will be a 3/3. And that way we can block the dashed Ragavan. Do you think Jund Saga and Boomer Jund both have their place, or is one just better than the other? I think traditional Jund is less susceptible to hate, like Blood Moon effects, for example, on Urza Saga. And I think it plays more into the sort of mid-range value plan that Jund wants to do. And while, yes, Urza Saga is a good card, it's not exceptionally good in a deck that isn't built around specific synergies or playing lots of artifacts. So I think overall, Boomer Jund is the better Jund deck, but it's close. All right, so they're clearly representing removal, but what am I going to do? Just not do this? All right, Fatal Push, that's fine. So we go to 4, and then the Grief is going to kill us, is the issue. So the Saga we cannot attack with. All right, so we need red mana to kill Grief, right? So Unholy Heat. So we're about to put land enchantment in the graveyard, and then we're going to have artifact in the graveyard, and that's 1 short of Delirium. So making a Construct doesn't work. All right, let's just tap this for mana, and then let these abilities resolve. All right, what can I grab? I can grab any of the Graveyard Hate, but that doesn't matter. I can grab Pyrite, but it doesn't kill Grief. I can't even activate it either. If I grab Springleaf Drum, I have to then pay all of my mana to make a Construct, and then I only have the single red mana, and Unholy Heat doesn't kill Grief. So it's grab Nile Spellbomb, crack it, hope to find an answer. But if I crack the Nile Spellbomb, then I don't have mana. I think there's no way out of this. So let's just, yeah, okay. Let's grab Nile Spellbomb. I guess let's just see what we get. All right, well, we have drawn a land, which allows us to play Heat or Goyf, but neither matters. Goyf cannot block the Grief because it has Menace, and the Heat is not Delirious. So, yep, GG. Well, that was unfortunate. Basically, we just had 2 bad opening hands and then got double griefed. In fact, both the games we lost, we got double griefed, right? That's why the deck is called Scam. All right, let's try to make a comeback on to round 3. All right, on the play, Reveal Giganta. This hand is decent, I think. We can't cast Renin 6. We do have Research Desk and Push and Saga, though. So it's a slow hand, but it's not terrible. So I guess we can go like turn 1, Swamp, play Research Desk, turn 2, Saga, crack the desk to find more lands, and then hold up Fatal Push. I'll keep it. All right, Swamp, Research Desk, go. Urborg, so we're probably playing against Coffers. Yeah, okay. That makes Fatal Push much worse. Makes Beseiju much better, though. So that being the case, I don't think I need to hold Push up, so I can just use the Swamp to crack this and try to find another land that's a colored land. I do kind of want Saga online faster, though. So maybe it is just better to play Saga. Yeah, let's play Saga. This is until the end of your next turn, right? Yeah, okay. Crack the Research Desk. Sure, they'll get rid of it. That's fine. Well, both of these are bad, but I guess we're going to pick Goyf and then play Pyrite Spellbomb and pass the turn. You think Coffers is a tier 1 deck? It might be now that the One Ring exists. Ooh, they have Demolition Field too. All right. So if we don't play this Goyf now, we lose it. And so they are getting rid of the graveyards with Relic, but I think that's acceptable. It's also more mana efficient to go Goyf Shadow Spear, so I think that's what we're going to do. Play Beseiju, play Goyf, and then play Shadow Spear, and then pass the turn. It will still take them at least some amount of time to actually get going. They do need to hit their 4th land before they can play Ring or Shieldred. All right, Field of Ruin. What are they doing? Are they just going to pop Saga right now? Yeah. All right, let's grab the Mountain. And then I'm going to pop this Pyrite Spellbomb to draw a card. All right, crack, Pyrite, draw a card. Okay. They still have Relic up, but I don't have a land to return either is an issue. I really don't want to waste a Maelstrom Pulse just to get rid of this Relic. And they do get to draw a card off of it. So it's probably better to go Renin 6, Shadow Spear onto Tarmogoyf. Yeah, that seems better. Okay, so let's go. I need to keep green or red up with Stomping Ground. So tap this, equip here, and then let's attack with Goyf. See if they try to push this. Doesn't look like it. All right, and then we can go Stomping Ground, pay the 2, cast Renin 6. All right, Renin 6 into play. We have nothing to get back, so we'll just plus on nothing and then pass the turn. All right, and now if it's Shieldred, then okay, the One Ring, so we can't attack them anymore. But that does mean they're kind of shields down on the Relic. That's to some degree. All right, Saga. We want to get that online. We cannot pulse the Ring. We can pulse the Relic, but then we can't pulse anything else that they play, like Shieldred, which is probably a lot more important. But as long as this Relic is in play, it's going to keep Renin 6 from doing anything, and it's going to keep Goyf down. But either way, we probably need to just save Pulse for Shieldred or some other big threat. So let's go Saga, plus on nothing, and then I guess just pass. What would you have done to make the One Ring more fair? Multiple things. Oh, they have Coffers now. First of all, I would have probably made it so that it damages you immediately and not on your upkeep, so that you can't abuse it with untap effects like Manifold Key and whatnot. And then the only other fix is to either make it not be able to draw as many cards as it does. I have nothing that I can get rid of an instant speed to turn Fatal Push on, so yeah, that's going to happen. You would either have to make it not do the pro everything effect or have a limiter on how many cards it can draw. All right, we're getting this fielded, which is actually helpful because it puts It gets us Revolt for Fatal Push. All right, we should have a basic forest left. Yeah, it's fine. That empties. Okay. Yep, we lose the Urza Saga from Relic. Bloodchief's Thirst. I really hate that people do this stupid main phase 2 thing. Killing Ren in 6. Yeah, that's fine. Let's just shoot that. Hang on, what was the second mode on here? Cast only target creature with CMC 4 or less. What is the difference? All right, Sheoldred dies, Ren in 6 dies, and now our opponent has 5 cards. So things are not going well. And we drew another land. Oh, man, do we just pulse this Relic? Like, that seems so bad. Yeah, let's just not do that. Let's play Blackcleave Cliffs and attack with Goyf. So yeah, we have to keep the pulse around for, you know, Sheoldred, Karn, whatever it is that they're going to play. All right, drawing up to 9 cards. It's the Revolt for Fatal Push, that second option. Yeah, but like, why is that even there? Because casting it the first way does the exact same thing, right? A second Coffers, making a Grigillion mana. All right, what are we getting hit by right now? Multiple things, or is it going to be a Giant Ballista? What? And they still have Relic activation to get rid of Goyf. Karn, sure. Minus on Karn. Sundering Titan would be pretty bad for us right here. Wormcoil Engine. That's also pretty bad. All right, we've drawn yet another land. Our opponent has Karn, Wormcoil, 7 cards, and a ring on 3 counters, so I'll call it here. We're good. On to game 2. All right, what do we want? We can Alpine Moon to name Coffers or Urborg, but I don't know how good that is. Let's see. Boseiju can also hit either of those lands. That's also not great. We want Veil, probably. Yeah, because they have black removal. EE is really bad here. Most of their bombs are expensive, 4+ mana. Oh, what else? We probably need to strip their hand. Pyrite Spellbomb seems atrocious. It doesn't kill anything that they play, and if Karn's in play, we can't activate it. So let's get rid of that. Let's get rid of Soul Guide Lantern, because their graveyard doesn't really matter. What else? Is like Alpine Moon versus Boseiju. Either one is shutting off. So let's see. Lands your opponents control with the chosen name, lose all land types and abilities, and they gain rainbow tapping. So if we name Urborg, that effectively also shuts off Coffers. Well, it depends. They can just have a normal amount of basic swamps. Okay, let's board in 1 Alpine Moon, and then that's probably it. Oh, we need Haywire Might for the ring. What else can go? Bolt seems pretty bad. It doesn't kill any of their stuff except for a Karn that's already minused. Yeah, I'll get rid of that. And we're not racing them either, so Shadow Spear is kind of bad, but I don't know what else we'd replace it with. Like another Alpine Moon seems meh. All right, let's keep that. All right, on the play. Reveal Giganta. All right, turn 1 Ragavan, and then we have Veil of Summer. Or is it better to just... They do have multiple 1-mana removal. Is it better to just hold up Veil on turn 1 and then play Ragavan on turn 2 with Veil also up? That might actually be correct, because this hand's not very good. All right, so let's keep this. So the plan is Shockin' Overgrown Tomb, holding up green for Veil. And then next turn, play Ragavan normally, still holding up green for Veil for whatever they have removal-wise. All right, Blackcleave, cast Ragavan. It's very obvious what I'm representing, but that's fine. Second Swamp, they'll still do nothing. Oh, so the issue is, like, if they have Bowmasters, we can't even attack them. And if they have Bowmasters, Culligan's command doesn't help either. We need to get this Saga down regardless, so let's play that. And then I can't just never attack because they might have Bowmasters, so let's attack. March of Wretched Sorrow, all right. Veil that in response, then swing with Ragavan. What do we exile? We exiled Urborg. All right, well, we can't do anything else, so pass the turn. I mean, we can Culligan's command, but there's no reason to right now. So they'll probably just field our Saga? Yeah. What do I want? Not a swamp. Basic forest? Yeah, basic forest. And we can still K-Com here, but there's nothing, like we can make him discard a card, but that's not very good. So that's fine. All right, Goyf. So let's just attack with Ragavan. Well, there that goes. So is the most mana efficient play to, I guess I can play both Goyf and K-Com them. That might be good. Yeah, let's just do that. So, all right. Pay the 2 here. Cast this. Discard, return a creature. So get back Ragavan, you discard a card. And let's see what they pitch. Karn. They pitched Karn, eh? All right. Well, let's just cast Goyf. And then we can dash Ragavan next turn. We also have Boseiju, which doesn't stop the ring, but whatever. Night's Whisper, sure. And our Goyf's dead. Urborg. Another land. Jeez. All right, dash Ragavan. Swing. What are we exiling? We exiled Castle Locthwain, which we can't do anything with either. All right, play Blood Crypt tapped or Overgrown Tomb tapped, one of those. Play Overgrown Tomb tapped. Go ahead. I guess I could potentially Besage you this now before they get Coffers off, but I feel like it's more important to hold this for like Karn rips from the sideboard and whatnot. All right, now we can't even dash them anymore. All right, let's crack the research desk. So, and then paying this one. Now paying that one. 2 more lands. Holy crap. Well, let's go grab our basic mountain. Do I just do the research desk again? So if I do the research desk again, I have to unearth it and then pay. So I have to pay 3 mana for that. Yeah, it's probably better to just put Giganta in hand. All right, so pay 1 life, go grab the mountain, and then let's just cast Ragavan normally and then put Giganta in our hand. Pass turn. All right, ring trigger, they go to 13. Shieldred, that's going to be a problem. All right, so they play Demolition Field. They have nothing else. I don't see a reason to use Besaiger right now. Untap. We've drawn another land. All right. Let's get the research desk back because we just need to draw answers to this stuff. Like better than what we're getting. Paying this one. Renin 6 and another Ragavan. We can get Saga back. All right, Renin 6 plus get back Saga. We haven't played a land yet, right? Now we cannot play Giganta. We don't have a good attack either, so I guess we just pass the turn. Or do we pass the turn? No, we need to kill Demolition Field so that the Saga can actually do stuff. Yeah. So now they get to draw another 3 cards, which combined with their draw stat. Okay, there goes Ragavan. Now Shieldred can attack Renin 6. So we're going to lose this. In no small part, it's a combination of the ring plus we've just drawn terribly. We're just getting flooded like crazy. Oh, they don't even have to attack Renin 6 because they just kill it. Okay. Blow up our Saga, so we just have absolutely no way out. Sure, grab a swamp. Now we take 4 down to 19 or to 9, then take another 2 on draw step. All right, I'm good. On to round 4. Maybe this deck should just have rings in it too. It's like any deck that can play the ring should just play the ring. It's showing up in Merfolk, it's showing up in Burn. Like, how crazy is that? That would be like if Burn played Memory Deluge. I mean, ring is in Lantern, for God's sakes. Lantern, a deck that's built around having Ensnaring Bridge in play, is playing the ring, which draws cards. There's no way it's good in Burn, right? No, it's quite good in Burn. And why is that? Because if you get to 4 mana, so one of the ways Burn loses is it runs out of gas. So you just get to 4 mana, you play the ring, you're protected for the turn, because your opponent can't kill you, presumably, if you have pro everything. Then you untap, and you get to draw 3 extra cards. The one that you have the turn you play the ring, and then another 2 the next turn. And then that refills you on 3 cards. So it's kind of Treasure Cruise-esque. So you're going to draw more burn spells, more creatures. And then if you somehow don't win that turn, then you get another 3 cards the next turn. All right, we're on the draw. Reveal Giganta. Okay, Ragavan, Goyf, and Saga. No interaction. Don't know what we're playing against. I would keep this if we were on the play. But Ragavan on the draw is just so much worse. Saga on the draw is so much worse. And we have 5 lands in hand. One of them's Saga, sure, but this is just not very good. All right, well, this is awkward as hell. We have no black mana. By the way, for the person who asked about regular Jund versus Jund Saga earlier, this is one of the problems. You have these colorless lands in your very color-hungry deck. I'm going to keep it. Just hope to draw some better lands at this point. What am I putting back? Maelstrom Pulse is 2 different colors away from being able to get cast. Let's put that back. Gemstone Mine. All right, we're playing against some kind of combo deck. Dredge or Oops, presumably. Well, I'm glad we have Soul Guide in our hand. It's funny how the ring made Shieldred good in Modern, so now she will be even more expensive. So Shieldred was already a little good in Modern as like at the top end for Jund decks. But yeah, now she's ridiculous. Okay, we're going to Fetch Shock Overgrown Tomb, play Soul Guide, and then, yeah. Fetch Shock Overgrown Tomb, pay the life, play Soul Guide Lantern, and then Soul Guide your Gaze out of the graveyard. And now we have the answer to any dredging that they do. Another Gemstone Mine. Casting Cathartic, discarding Thug and Silver's Moat. I think I just let that resolve and then pop this in response to whatever they hit. Yeah, that seems fine. Okay, so they're going to dredge 4. They hit Thrilling. They hit nothing of any value. They hit Narcomoeba. I guess, do I pop this now? They just get a Narcomoeba and that's it. Just 1 Narcomoeba seems fine. Like, I can just hold this. They don't even have... So they have Stinkweed Imp next turn. Yeah, that's fine. You get a Narcomoeba. Oh, do they chill? No, they didn't. Okay. Just wait for after the PT and hopefully gone from the format. Yeah, that's what I'm assuming is going to happen. All right. What am I doing now? I'm probably just Thought Seizing them and trying to take another Enabler out of their hand and then just playing Urza Saga to... Yeah, that seems fine. Thought Seize. Oops in Modern is like a 7-step combo, isn't it? Okay, so I'm taking Thrilling Discovery, leaving the rest of this stuff here. They're also low on mana. Both of their lands are gemstone mines. So yeah, let's take that. And then let's play Saga, and then just pass the turn. So now they'll Dredge Stinkweed Imp, and we can respond to anything they put in the graveyard. What exactly is in their hand? They can't even well, they can Dark Blast their own thing. That doesn't matter. They can Gaze, and then they run out of mana. So they milled nothing. Yeah, you can hit me with this Narcomoeba, that's fine. Cast Gaze, sure. I should pop their graveyard out. All right, they hit nothing. Just more Dredgers. All right, Saga resolves. Play a land. There's no reason to play Ragavan because they can just Dark Blast it. So play a land. And then I think my plan here is just make a Construct and then pass the turn. And then I can just go grab either another piece of graveyard interaction next turn or grab Shadow Spear just to make sure that they can't race me anymore. All right, what are they doing? They just drew normally because, yeah, they need mana. Sure, yeah, Narcomoeba, I go to 13. Basically, their Dredge plan doesn't work so long as I have this Soul Guide Lantern. So are they just going to start hard casting their creatures like Ghoul? Mine, pop mine, not reconsidering. Okay, City of Brass, mine, play a Stinkweed Imp normally. Sure. All right, make a Construct. All right, what do we draw? Fable the Mirror Breaker. Is it better to make another Construct or is it better to just... I think it's better to just make another Construct and then go fetch Shadow Spear, and then next turn I can potentially equip the Shadow Spear. Or is it better to get Drum? I'm low on mana right now. Or alternatively, I can just float the mana and play Fable the Mirror Breaker. That's probably actually the better shot. All right, resolve the Tutor. I was thinking about Shadow Spear, but now I'm reconsidering. Yeah, okay, let's just grab Shadow Spear. Then play Fable. So the treasure tokens from the Goblin attacking will also boost the Construct. So they only have 1 mana, so they can basically only use whatever they dredge over. And the only dredger they have is Golgari Thug. Yeah, so it seems like they've just abandoned their dredge plan as long as I have Soul Guide in play, and they're just going to try to exchange creatures normally. So holding Stinkweed Imp back to have Death Touch to trade, but that's not going to work out for them because I'm just going to bolt it. Also, all of their lands pain them. Flashback Gaze, okay. Narcomoeba and Creeping Chill. All right, I do think I will respond to that. It's going to put 2 Silver's Motes back into play. This is probably worth just popping in that case. Exile opponent's graveyard. All right, Fable Trigger. I definitely want to use it. And I want to put back... Culligan's Command seems quite expensive. And I also want to ditch... It's Ragavan or Terminate. I think I want the most mana-efficient stuff I have, so let's ditch Terminate. All right, new Saga. I have to bolt that. They don't have Revolt on, right? Yeah, nothing's left. I don't have to bolt it now, though. See, it trades with the Shaman token if I don't bolt it, so it's going to go in the graveyard regardless. So, if I do that, I cannot dash Ragavan. That's probably fine. All right, bolt this out of the way. Nah, that just turns Dredge back on. Let's just wait. Let's just play Ragavan and then Bowmasters in and then just wait. Yeah, okay. So cast Ragavan. I can push it with the token, the treasure token the Goblin makes, but I don't want to because I don't want to have I don't want Dredge to turn online for them. Yeah. All right. So let's just flash Bowmasters in, killing Narcomoeba. Because right now their only way back into the game is if I give them a Dredger and then they start dredging and manage to get there. Thrilling Discovery. How does that work with Bowmasters? They don't draw, right? So it doesn't trigger it. That assumes that they put enough Dredgers in the graveyard that they can keep... Well, no, they are going to have, right? They have 1 Golgari Thug and 1 Dark Blast, so they're going to get to dredge 7. So the odds that they don't hit another Dredger is pretty low. Let's see. I don't think I have a response to this. Yeah, all right, that's fine. It resolves. So they go back up to 17. They're going to, for sure, discard Silver's Molten Thug, or rather... Okay. So they hit Creeping Chill. They hit 2 Chills and Narcomoeba. So then the Narcomoeba is going to come back. It's going to trigger the Amalgam. And now they have 2 Narcomoebas, Stinkweed, and the Amalgam that's going to come back. I'm going to flash in Bowmasters and kill the Narcomoeba that's attacking or the Narcomoeba that's blocking. Probably the Narcomoeba that's blocking because I need to just kill all their creatures out of the way. Yeah, all right. So let's flash in Bowmasters. Shoot this. I'm at 6, so I'm in a pretty precarious situation. Amalgam comes back. They have Dark Blast in their graveyard. They're also at a high enough life total. All right, which one do I want to do first? Oh, that's just going up to 2, right? Yeah, okay. All right, so I can kill this. Reflection triggered, or reflection flipped, so I can push this out of the way. Then I can bolt the Narcomoeba, and then I can attack with everything except 1 blocker to have a blocker for... I need to have a blocker that doesn't die to Dark Blast. So, or I can have 2 blockers. I guess I also have Saga up, but I'm not going to have the mana to use it. All right, so let's go bolt this, push this, shock this in. Shadow Spear equips to the Construct, because the Construct's the only creature in play that can grow bigger. Then swing out. Leave one army back, so if I do this, it's 3, 5, 7, 8. They go to 15. It's probably better to just save 3 life here. If they want to Dark Blast this, that's fine. I'm going to get to make 2 treasure tokens off the Shaman and Ragavan. All right, Ragavan trigger, exiling Amalgam, which I can't cast. That's fine. So I presume they'll just Dredge Stinkweed Imp again. Yeah, putting Ox into the graveyard. That's bad. So I assume the play is to just use the Ox, right? It's a draw 4 or 3? 3. So that'll come back as a 5/2. They get to dredge a whole bunch more. You discard your whole hand, right? Yeah. So that triggers the Amalgam that they discard. And then, okay, what do we have? Narcomoeba trigger, 1 Creeping Chill, still going. So what are they getting back? 2 Silver's Motes or 1? It's 1 Chill, 1 Narcomoeba, 1 Silver's Mote, 1 Amalgam. They have another Ox, so they can Ox again next turn. All right, so they can attack with this Amalgam, which I assume they would. No, they're not going to attack with it. Okay. And then a bunch of triggers go off. Oh, do they have another Amalgam? No, they didn't. Amalgam has 2 different triggers. Okay. Saga up to 3 counters. It's probably better to just do that than it is to just play another Fable. Actually, it can do both, right? Okay, so make a Construct, then resolve the Saga. Now what do we want? At this point, I can grab Research Desk to draw more cards, or I can... Do they only have 2 cards left in their library? That's their library, right? They have 2 cards left in their library. So we're not even really forced to attack them. I think they've been through all 4 chills, haven't they? Where's this exiled pile? How many chills are in here? 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, so they've been through all the chills. I guess let's grab Pyrite Spellbomb. And then let's say we attack with just the Construct, right? If they want to block it, they have to put multiple creatures on it. Or they can just not block, but that's fine too. Anyway, that puts us at 12. And then we can just move the Shadow Spear onto this other Construct. That seems pretty good. Do you have any more Graveyard Hate to get off Saga? No, we don't. We also have Reflection. So if let's say I Reflection and make another Construct. I attack with everything. They can block 3 creatures. So the Construct that doesn't have a Shadow Spear on it, Shaman, Ragavan, they take 9. That's not good enough. No, they take 10, but they survive that. And then Pyrite can kill them, or cannot kill them. All right, I think I just pass. Yeah, passing seems fine. Or no, I attack with this and then move it. Yeah, all right. So let's swing here. I don't care if they trade with it. I cannot believe this is still game 1. All right, so that connects. Then we will just move the Shadow Spear onto here and pass the turn. So they only have 2 cards left in their deck, so they cannot escape the other Ox or they die. They have Conflagrate, but that only does 4 damage. So I'm pretty sure they're dead. Even if they attack with everything, I can just block with this Construct and gain 6. Yeah, okay, so they're just not going to attack. All right. I mean, they're just going to die in 2 turns, so... Run in 6, get back. Actually, no. Yeah, okay, get back Saga. Play Saga. Swing here. All right. Gain a bunch of more life. At this rate, you'll time out. Nah, we're going to win this game, and then we have a whole game 2 to play. Equip here. Proceed. All right, they have 0 cards left in their deck, so... All right, pass. All right, on to sideboarding. Bring in all the Nile Spellbombs, Stone of Eric. Nothing else matters. I guess Collective Brutality to take their Dredge enablers is fine. All right, let's see. All the removal is pretty bad. That's not the axis you want to fight them on. So push, push, heat, heat. Bowmasters also kind of sucks in this matchup. Let's bring in Collective Brutality, cut Bowmasters. Oh wait, no, Terminate can go. Bring that back. Fable's kind of slow, but it's fine. Beseiju isn't bad. Isn't it though? They must play at least 1 land that you can get with it. Pirate Spellbomb, Desk, Soul Guide, Shadow Spear, that's all fine. EE on 3 doesn't seem that great. Yeah, that's fine, submit. All right, reveal Giganta. On the draw, well, we have turn 1 Soul Guide Lantern again, so even though this hand would otherwise be atrocious, seems fine to me. I don't think they do with the 4 to 5 colors. They can still just play 1 land that is Besiegeable, so they can play like a Blood Crypt or something. It's the, it's the Blood Moon effect. You also have the Beseiju effect where every deck, even if they don't want a Besiegeable land, now does. All right, I guess I'm going to just play turn 1 Soul Guide. Yep. So like, right there, there's Steam Vents. Apparently they have multiple fetchable sources. All right, so now they're probably going to cast Cathartic, I assume. Discarding Golgari Thug, Narcomoeba. Yeah, that's fine. Milling over Ancient Grudge, Ox, Otherworldly Gaze. Let's pop this out. Yeah, let's just pop this now because they have Ancient Grudge in their graveyard anyway. All right, now we need to run out Urza's Saga so that we can get to... Oh, never mind. I'm fine not drawing a card if I have to. Shadow Spear, Nile Spellbomb, go. Okay, City of Brass. And now they're just going to start hard casting their creatures, I assume. Or they're just going to cast... Or they're just going to force me to pitch the Spellbomb. Yeah, okay. Prized Amalgam, sure. Saga goes up a counter, and now what are we doing? Probably just Black Cleave, make a Construct, go. Yeah, it seems fine. So they're never going to be able to race us on the board because we're going to have multiple Constructs and Shadow Spear, and we can take their graveyard out. So they have 4 lands, 4 cards in hand. At least one of those is a Dredger. I'm not inclined to trade with this, so it can just hit me because my Constructs will be 4/4s or 5/5s next turn, actually. Opponent taps for Stinkweed, sure. Make a Construct. All right, we have Thoughtseize. I don't care. I'm going to make another Construct. And now what are we fetching? Probably just more graveyard hate, right? Yeah, here's another Nile Spellbomb. And then I guess we can play Thoughtseize. That doesn't seem great either. Let's just get the Constructs going even more. Well, if I play Saga now, then next turn I don't have the mana to use it and equip Shadow Spear at the same time. So it is probably better to just Thoughtseize. Yeah, let's do that. So let's grab a basic Swamp, Thoughtseize them. Their hand is just 3 Golgari Thugs. Okay. Well, I'm going to pass because I don't want to just ram Constructs into Stinkweed Imp. I guess, should I pop this right now? No, I don't need to. I can just pop whatever they dredge into, except for Chill, but that's it. All right, yeah. So they hit Chill, but they haven't hit anything else. They put an Amalgam in their graveyard, but they can't get it back. So I assume now they're just going to play 2 Thugs. What do these do? When they die, put target creature from the graveyard on top of your library. And now they don't have any good attacks, so we can just take our turn. All right, Saga. Let's just kill Stinkweed Imp, equip Shadow Spear. Cast for -2. I don't want to discard to drain them, or do I? No, because I want the land. I potentially want Research Desk. So let's just kill Stinkweed. Then Shadow Spear up this guy. And now this is 6/6. They cannot block to kill it, so attack. And now I think I do want to Nile Spellbomb them because I don't want them just recasting Stinkweed. All right. So their hand is 1 Golgari Thug and 1 unknown card. And it's a land. All right, I'm pretty sure we're just going to win now because they can't race us. They're going to attack with Amalgam. That makes absolutely no sense. All right, yeah, sure, I block. Okay, yeah, Saga goes up to 2 counters. All right, and we won. On to the final match of the league, round 5. So we're currently 2-2, which is not great, but hopefully we can at least get 3-2 and recoup our entry back. All right, we're on the draw. Reveal Gigantha. We have Basic Mountain, Urza Saga, Ragavan, Bolt, Tarmogoyf, Inquisition, Fable. I think it's close but keepable. We have a turn 1 Ragavan or Bolt, and then we can, if they play a blocker, we can bolt it out of the way for Ragavan, and then eventually get up to the mana for Fable, which will fix the rest of our stuff. So it's an awkward hand for sure. It also highly depends on what we're playing against, but I think it's keepable. All right, what are we paired against? Well, turn 1 Verdant Catacombs isn't good. Blood Crypt. Is this Scam again? Thoughtseize. So Ragavan, if they don't have removal, if they do have removal, they'll just take probably Fable. Or if they have their own creatures that they want to survive, they'll take Bolt. Okay, they took Ragavan. That tells me they don't have removal. Well, we drew the Swamp. Let's Inquisition them. Oh, it's the Craggenwick deck. Interesting. All right, well, we're taking Profane Tutor and then passing the turn. So for those not in the know, this is a deck based on Craggenwick Cremator, which is when it enters, you discard a card at random. If you discard a creature, this thing deals damage equal to the power of that creature to target player or planeswalker. So they're hoping to discard Yargle, Emrakul, like whatever big stuff they have. So they played Bloodstained Mire, so now they have 1 unknown in hand. So, but I can't do anything else besides just playing Thoughtseize anyway. I don't want to play Saga because next turn I want to play Fable. So let's Thoughtseize them and probably take Bolt. Okay, they have another Yargle, so let's just take Bolt to protect our next turn play. So their hand is Craggenwick, Yargle, unknown. Okay, Underworld Cookbook, sure. Saga. And let's cast Fable. Well, they're in Epicure. We go to 17. They have a blood token. They're going to cycle one of the Yargles for another card. Sure. All right, what are we discarding to Fable? So this is the way they kill us. We can potentially race them down faster with Bolt. I can't even cast Tarmogoyf, so I probably want to discard that. And then, so definitely Tarmogoyf. And then do I want to throw back any of these things? Bowmasters is okay here. Bowmasters isn't great either, though. Like, this is not really threatening us, and it can't block well either. And their main strategy doesn't revolve around X1s. Yeah, let's throw back Bowmasters. Okay. So let's just attack to make a treasure token. I assume they won't block this. It seems not profitable to do so. All right, they go to 12. And now let's Thoughtseize them and then shock this in and hold up the Saga mana. Another Profane Tutor. They're 2 lands away from even being able to cast Craggenwick. So yeah, let's just take that. And then I guess I don't have to shock this in if I have the treasure token, but I probably should. Pay 2 life, pass the turn. They drew another Profane Tutor. All right then. Make a Construct. Do another Fable. All right, let's just make another Construct. Keep up red and green. And then what am I tutoring for? Probably just Shadow Spear to attack through this. Or Springleaf Drum. Yeah, let's grab Springleaf Drum. And then we can attack. Swing here, swing here. They still don't have good blocks. We make another treasure token, so our constructs are 5/5s. Then they go to 10, and then we can cast another Fable using this, this, and this. And now we have lethal on board plus bolt. Bolting Fable, that's fine. Because now their hand is just 2 things they can't play. Okay. Now they're just dead on board. All right, well, just attack with everything. All right, game 2. So they're the Craggenwick deck. So they're in Jund colors, so this might do something. What does Craggenwick say exactly? I need the exact wording. So the exact wording on Craggenwick is, when it enters the battlefield, discard a card at random. If you discard a creature card this way, it deals damage equal to that card's power to target player or planeswalker. So I don't think any of these cards do anything here. Are any of my cards bad? We've seen Underworld Cookbook, Voldaren Epicure. They have what? Profane Tutor. We already have 6 discard spells anyway. Seiju, Haywire Might. We don't want any of the graveyard hate. EE doesn't seem like it's very good. Yeah, let's just run it back, and then we'll see if they have more stuff post-board that changes their evaluation. Kill their Cookbook. I mean, but why though? Like, okay, they can get a creature back, so they have to go Hellbent and then have Craggenwick plus Cookbook. Push is bad? Like, none of the cards seemed great there. We'll see in game 2 how the deck functions more. Like, I get the main combo. They have Goryo's Vengeance? Okay, let's see. We have Overgrown Tomb, Urza's Saga. We don't have red mana. We do have mana for Thoughtseize. We have Mishra's Research Desks that potentially draw into more stuff. And we have Bowmasters, so our hand's not completely dead. It's not great, though. They can Cookbook the Emrakul and Goryo's it back. Well, if that is the case, we'll board in a bunch of graveyard hate in match 3 if we lose this. Oh, let's see. We got turn 1 Thought. We do have a turn 1 Thoughtseize, but the hand is just not great overall. It does have Urza's Saga as well. I think we can keep it. Yeah, they hit on 2 axes. All right, I'm going to keep this, and then I'm going to try to Thoughtseize Voldaren Epicure, sure. So our Bowmasters can kill that. All right, let's just Thoughtseize them, see what happens. They have Cookbook, Profane Tutor. I'm more worried about Tutor, so let's just take that, and then pass the turn. And then next turn, I'm going to run out Urza's Saga, probably just flash Bowmasters in to kill this Epicure. Black Cleave plus Cookbook. All right. So they put us to 14 with the Epicure, and now they just have 2 lands, one unknown. All right, that changes things a bit. Do we still want to play Urza's Saga? I think I do because I want to get Graveyard Hate as fast as possible. So let's just do that, and then just flash in Bowmasters to kill this thing. Or I can flash in Bowmasters in response to the Blood token. This is outside the first draw step, right? The first they draw on each of their, except the first they draw on each of their draw steps. Okay. So if they crack this Blood, I'll just flash it in response. So they discarded Verdant. Yeah, okay. Bowmasters, kill Epicure. Now that resolves, and then I get another Bowmaster trigger and shoot them. Bolting the Bowmasters. Got rid of Stomping Grounds. So they have 2 unknown cards now. All right. Let's play Black Cleave. Then do I want to dash Ragavan, play Renin 6, just make a Construct? Making a Construct alone doesn't seem great. I guess I do need to race them to some degree. If I dash Ragavan, I can then maybe, it depends on what I hit off of them, but I can't play this based on that. I think I still do just want to dash Ragavan though. All right, let's dash this, then attack with both of these. Bolting Ragavan, okay. Hit you for 2, and then I'm just going to play Research Desk and pass turn. Play another Cookbook. Now do I want to make a Construct? I think still no. Okay, so let's say I make a Construct, and then I go fetch... I need to go fetch Graveyard Hate for sure, right? Yeah. So if I float a mana, then I have too much mana to do anything with. Okay, yeah, let's make a Construct. All right, let's go grab Soul Guide Lantern. And let's hit Epicure out of the graveyard, I guess. Then you can play Bloodstained, swing with this. I'm probably just supposed to crack the Research Desk right now. So let's go to get a Swamp. Now let's just have better mana. Let's grab another red source and another green source. Crack the desk. Oh, no, actually, maybe I don't want to crack the desk because the Construct token. Yeah, no, it's better to crack the desk. Choose the top. Let's grab Tarmogoyf and pass turn. All right, they play a Shockland tapped and then just pass the turn. So they just don't have any action. Yeah, swing with both of these. They go to 11. Now we can go Wrenn and 6, get back Urza's Saga, play Urza's Saga, play Tarmogoyf, and pass the turn. And now I don't see a way for them out of this because we have close to lethal on board plus Graveyard Hate. Just suspend Profane Tutor. Okay. All right, let's dash Ragavan. Get back Bloodstained, play Bloodstained, dash Ragavan. That's 11 damage. Attack with all. All right, we did it. Still have not gotten better than a 3-2 record, unfortunately, but we at least recouped our entry. So Jund Saga, I understand the idea behind the deck, but I think that it has too many downsides over regular Jund. In particular, the Urza Saga plan, while it's good against the more linear decks when you can use Saga to grab like Graveyard Hate and stuff, against everything else, it's really awkward on the mana when you need, turn 1 blacks for Inquisition, Thoughtseize, turn 1 red for Ragavan. You need red and green for Wrenn and 6 on turn 2. It just winds up being very awkward on the mana base. But not a bad deck, I just think it's not as good as traditional Jund.